Well, hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Older, and this is a place where you can always come if you're feeling lonely. Pick up a video and drop a line in the chat. I'll be there to talk. Don't you worry. But what are we talking about tonight? Something that I am honestly kind of surprised that more people don't talk about, and that hasn't been brought up a lot more, at least in the mainstream media, if they are there to actually secure the thoughts and well-being of individuals that that succumb to that sort of information. Anyways, what are we talking about? Joe Biden, Creepy Joe, right? This is something that has been on my radar for a very long time, and before I even started making YouTube videos, this was something that I would have potentially made a video about, and something that I was looking into within the conspiracy realm of YouTube. A lot of the videos have been taken down at this point, or the channels, I guess you would say, have been taken down at this point, but there has been a lot of information about this that has been brought up for a long time, and why are people not talking about this? So, Joe Biden, apparently Trump's number one front runner of the Democratic Party. Is that what they're called? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Are they the progressive left, the Democratic Party, the Democratic Socialists of America? What are they? I don't really know these days. But apparently Joe Biden's the front runner of the Democratic Party, because if not, then why would Trump be so afraid of this man in general in order to require an entire impeachment inquiry, which is now led to impeachment proceedings, apparently. This is all alleged, boys and girls. And so, I don't know what Joe's done in his past. I don't know what he's done before. But what I do know is there's a lot of evidence to show that he's a creepy individual who, it seems as though, hey Lee, thanks for joining us in the chat, saying there he doesn't want to touch me. I am not a cute little kid. And so the thing is, what I've noticed and what we'll go over here today is that he often touches children and women, right? It's not men. If you watch the videos, and the way that it's framed in the media is, well, Joe's a little touchy, he just likes to show his love. Well, he doesn't show his love to men very well at all. It's always little children and women. It's super fucking weird, and I have a problem with it. And so I thought we'd bring it up today because I saw a new little thing popping up in the news. Boys and girls, whenever Lee comes into the chat, I get a little bit more hyped, and the video starts moving forward. All right, so let's keep going. Video of Joe Biden tells teacher he hopes they touch their students. What is going on? This is a Democratic candidate that is at the top of the runnings, that is supposed to take out Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is supposed to be so afraid of this person that he had to ask a foreign country to intervene and take his opponent out because he could never win against this person. Buddy, Joe Biden is telling teachers to touch their students. Apparently, I can't get too into it because I haven't watched this video, there's a video to give you a little bit of context, but I haven't seen what's going on, But within the full big picture of everything that I've seen from this individual, it doesn't seem too far outside the boundaries of what could be correct. Hey there, Buck. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Biden does. He smells like children. You should get them the hell out of there. And yeah, so Biden, right? I hope teachers touch their students. Tell them to tell them how much they love them. So we'll pull up the video and we'll watch it together. I actually haven't watched this video, and so we will react together. I'm sure that you guys have seen a lot of other things that we may see, but we'll watch it. Oh, cry me a river.
What happens to your students when, in fact, they do poorly? Their interest isn't, most kids aren't saying, I'm going to work harder. And so I can't do it. And then they use that excuse, well, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You teachers who touch them, figuratively speaking, well, I hope you touch them and tell them how much you love them, too. But my point is, when you touch their hearts.
So that actually was not as creepy as I thought it would be. Coming from Joe Biden, I expected quite a bit more. But he hopes that you touch him. And but he means at the beginning, touch them spiritually, touch them in the feels. But he hopes that you touch them physically as well. They need that physical touch apparently from this guy. Not too sure how I feel about that. In today's day and age, it's something that is not really acceptable in society. And not only that, it's something that we've moved farther in progression, right? When you call people progressives, little things like little things that I see, little stories that seem strange at the moment, maybe during this transition, but actually do have a very large impact in society. So things like if you have older men and women in your family and then younger children, that you can't go around just demanding hugs and kisses and things like that. The consent needs to be laid out from a young age, and everybody needs to be comfortable. If a child isn't comfortable, even if it's their grandparent, even if it's their uncle, that's okay. You got to build that relationship. You don't just expect that type of thing and take it. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. And so our society is just a little bit different in those ways, and it's up to your in your own upbringing, right? Hey there, Wonder Bar. How's it going? Thanks for joining us in the chat. Thanks for the old compliment on the facial structure. Anyways, we're gonna keep going, and yeah. So I think that we all saw this video. If you didn't, there was a video going around about Joe Biden talking about how he used to have young children stroke his hairy legs in the pool. Super weird. Like super weird. What are you talking about? I just don't even, I can't really even fathom where somebody would come off being in an interview. Not even in an interview. He's giving a speech, and he's telling people, hey, guess what? There was a time back in the day I used to let the little kids come into the pool. They'd stroke my hairy legs, and they'd watch my hair go up and down. I think we've all seen this, but what's my hair smell like? Probably smells like Herbal Essence, the shampoo that I use. But anyways, yeah, I know. Interesting question. Maybe I'll do an AMA with like different things. I've seen other channels that fully focus their entire channels on their dreads. Like I have hair, I have dreads, and people make entire channels about their hair. And they have way more subscribers than me. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. What do you guys think? But either way, look at this. Snopes. Everybody's favorite place to go when you want to find what is true and what isn't true and where to get the information from, right? Snopes is definitely our greatest source of facts and factual information. So we're gonna go to Snopes because everybody loves it. And did Joe Biden mention his hairy legs in public remarks? The alleged remarks come from the same video that brought us the story about a scary fellow in Biden's youth known as Corn Pop. Honestly, I don't care too much about Joe Biden. I don't think that I don't understand. If he was to become president of the United States, it would be sort of the same situation, I guess, as individuals have towards Trump, where I would just not understand how people couldn't look up this factual information. Except the things with Trump are there. You got to look up facts and being able to find things. It's been now what, 3 years, almost 4, guys. I think that if there was something that was going to be substantial that would have come out by now. People are trying. There are people that are dedicated. There are people that are being paid each and every day their job. They're getting a salary to sit there and try to find something to incriminate Donald Trump, to take him down. Do you know how big that story would be? Right? If it only took me $100,000 to pay you for the year and I had an excess of money and my goal was to take down Donald Trump, why, I swear, I guarantee there are individuals that are out there that are being paid full salaries, more than you and I, that are getting paid for hard, honest work, to just sit there all day, every day, digging into Donald Trump's past, trying to find something to incriminate him. He's been a smart man if he has been doing things wrong. What are you saying there, Lee? He's not all there? Joe Biden? Yeah, I highly doubt that he's all there. But either way, Snopes is saying that Joe Biden talked about what he described as his hairy legs during a public speech in Wilmington, Delaware. It's confirmed as true. We have this as a 100% confirmed story from Snopes. It is true, and guess what? Joe Biden has talked about his strange hairy legs. Strange that they didn't bring up the fact that in context he was talking about children stroking his hairy legs. It's not just about his hairy legs, it's about the weird fucking children stroking his hairy legs. That's what makes it weird. In the pool, of all places. But once again, we have another story, or another video, so I'll play it for you, for context, and if YouTube wants to take it down, they can go right ahead. I don't care.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And I tell you what.
So apparently he calls all those black kids roaches or something in that context as well. I'm not 100% sure with that. I think it was in context with what they were talking about. It isn't actually strange, but it's just a little weird out of context. But as you saw there, talking about kids, you know, stroking his leggy hairs or whatever, hairy legs. And like their Wonder Bar just said there, you said that the left is about to drop Biden and Hillary will announce. I feel as though that's probably true. And the thing is that there's such hype around Hillary coming back, and there are so many people that are such like diehards. But what will happen when she starts speaking and actually talking and trying to outline her point of view? The thing is, as it stands right now, as everybody said, if Trump gets on stage with any of these candidates, these Democratic candidates, it's over. You know, like anybody, you're done. You're not going to out-talk this guy. He's way better at understanding modern society and the way that individuals work within, you know, modern structure, I guess, impacting individuals on a personal level and actually reaching people. The Democratic Party is, they think that they're a step above. A lot of people that subscribe themselves to this line of thinking, they feel as though that they're better than somebody. If it may not be you or me, it may not be anybody that they know. They may not feel as though it's like I'm not actually better than anybody that I can see or anything. But in their heads, they have a feeling that they're better than some class of society. And that's a complete opposite feeling to some other lines of thinking. If you want to know my political views, we went over it, right? We did the whole political compass test here on the channel. If you want to check it out, video not gonna pop up, but it's back on the channel, so check it out. But yeah, check out Hillary's face lift. It's scary, very scary. I don't care what she looks like though. She can look like a hobgoblin monster. She's a demon, right? But I don't care. As long as she puts forth positive policies and things that will positively affect the country as a whole. But I really don't see that being a thing. Anyways, we'll continue on with Joe Biden being just like a weirdo, right? It's so weird. Like, you don't really even have to go too far. You just type in Joe Biden creepy, and there's so many pictures that you can pull up here, right? Joe Biden just being a creep. As you have the thumbnail of this video that you clicked on, creeping on this little girl. It's pretty much the average one. Creeping on this woman, right? And these aren't just videos. They aren't just like random videos where it's like, seems like Joe Biden's hand right around this girl's waist. That's not really a sign of affection. That's just him kind of creeping on this girl. And the thing is that, you know, people just are uncomfortable around Joe. Nobody really wants to be around him. The thing is that this isn't just pictures. There aren't just pictures and it's doctored and, it's fake news. There are lots of videos that outline exactly what we're talking about. And so this is just a 1-minute clip that I'm going to play right now. And I think the media is talking about it. I don't really know what's going on. But, oh, wait, no. I'm going to pause this. I had to ask this. I'm going to ask this to the audience there. Yo, Lizelle, thanks for joining us in the chat. If you guys are American, do you guys see this on TV? I typed creepy Joe Biden into YouTube, and this popped up, which I believe to be a commercial that would run on television stations. But we don't get this kind of stuff here in Canada, obviously. But I want to know, do you guys get this? Is this a video that you guys see?
It happened also suddenly, very unexpectedly, out of nowhere. I feel Joe Biden put his hands on my shoulders, get up very close to me from behind, lean in, smell my hair, and then plant a slow kiss on the top of my head. To have the Vice President of the United States do that to me so unexpectedly and just kind of out of nowhere, it was just shocking. It was shocking because you don't expect that kind of intimate behavior to touch you and to feel you and to be so close to you in that way.
Our children are watching. What example will we set for them? Stop Joe Biden. Vote Trump 2020. So, yeah, the question that I have for you guys is that a commercial that you guys see on TV? I see, Lee, you're saying that you don't watch TV, but it's just weird. It's interesting to me. We had a lot of commercials like that, or like little political advertisements during our last election here. And the thing is, like, keep this in mind, okay? Here in Canada, the Liberals won, right? So this was like if Hillary won for you guys, and as though Hillary won last time. We have a prime minister that dressed in full black body. I'm a black person living here in Canada with a prime minister that dressed in blackface, okay? And you don't see us on, and I'm not on any sort of side, but I definitely don't like Justin Trudeau. And you don't see me out in the streets going crazy, screaming wild, acting like idiots. This only happens when liberals, progressives, social democrats come out and they don't get their way, because when they fail, they can't understand the fact that people disagree with their ideas and the way that they've put them forth. They just feel as though everybody that is not agreed with them there must be something wrong with them. So, what'd you say there, Der Wunderbar? It's not in the USA that I know of. And Liesel says, and there I was in Vietnam fighting the Germans. We took a direct hit from the double latte and Mary had a little lamb. Joe Biden. Yeah, Joe Biden is somewhat incoherent, does not really know what he's talking about these days. And who knows what he's capable of if he got into power. But the same sort of thing people feel as though Trump has, right? Because they think he's crazy. But you can see that the media here, I have this up here. I'm probably not going to play the audio. We get clipped every time. This is probably already going to get taken down. I really don't even care. But the media has been talking about it. NBC News, right? This is NBC. In 2013 and 2017, his physical contact with others appeared inappropriate. And Biden's touchiness, is it out of touch? Or is his personality the result of a beloved politician? Right? Can't even speak. Stuttering, guys. So the thing is that look at who he's interacting with. I haven't seen him really kiss any dudes like that. Do the whole, like, it's an appreciation thing, you know? People in Europe do that, I think. But it's really only these women, attractive women, and it's even older women, and especially children, though. He will especially creep on the vulnerable individuals who cannot really speak up against him. Let me know if you guys heard about any of this before he started running for whatever. I don't know, the Democratic candidate to become the president. I remember when this first started coming out, and I thought to myself, I wonder, how has nobody talked about this before? This has been like a conspiracy theory for a very long time. Before Pizzagate rolled around, right? Demonetization right there. I guarantee the algorithm's looking for people saying Pizzagate. But look at this shit. Even with the little man, look at him. He's like little boy. He's like, wow, that wasn't cool. Nah, whatever. Can't do anything about it. I'm gonna grab all these little girls. Joe's the creepiest fucking dude in the world. The thing is that I think that he's not necessarily doing anything over the top in these videos. He's inappropriately touching people, and he is abusing his power. He's not touching them in a sexual way, but it could be a sexual way depending on how you look at it. Like it's one of those things where I'm looking for your point of view as well, right? This isn't just for me to sit here and ramble and on and talk about. This channel should be you go into the comment section and you find a series of people that are discussing topics that you may not find anywhere else on YouTube, because guess what? Fuck YouTube. I don't really care. I just don't even care about getting demonetized or anything like that. I don't monetize any of these things anymore. And if this channel gets taken down, I'm just gonna make another one in in some different form of context. And anybody who's in the Discord, right? Links will be in the chat below. Make sure that you check it out. So I actually didn't mention this earlier, but the podcast for People Flavored Podcast is up, where I went over and featured. I hung out and did a podcast with this channel on YouTube, and it's up now. So I'll put a link in the chat below. Everybody should go over there and check it out, because it was actually really fun, about an hour long, and yeah, it was something that went on. But a little shameless self-promotion in the middle of this weird-ass video. Essentially, where I'm at and what I'm talking about is the fact that I'm not sure that Joe Biden is the forerunner, the whatever you want to call it. Like, he's not at the top, you know. And the thing is that, like, if he's about to be taken out of the running for the Democratic Party, as most people believe, or some people believe, then this is the basis for the entire Trump impeachment inquiry. It was that Trump was so worried that Joe Biden would overtake him that he needed to investigate his political opponent, which would, he withheld whatever from the Ukraine military aid, and then in order to further himself politically through investigating a political opponent. But that really doesn't make sense in this in the context of Biden's falling out of the race. He's not even a strong candidate. If anybody out there could stand up against Donald Trump, Tulsi Gabbard. I'll tell you right now. I'll lay that out for everybody on the line. I really don't care. Tulsi Gabbard, I don't agree with all her policies, but she's a strong woman, and I think that she could hold her own against Trump. There's nobody else out there but the mainstream media, the legacy media. Here in Canada, we only really have government media, so it's really no better. But the mainstream media, where you're getting your information funneled from, they suppress and hide information that may be substantial to the individual like you and I, where we need this information in order to make decisions. So if you want the information, go out and search it for yourself, because it is out there, but you're not going to get it through these sources and through these mainstream outlets, in my opinion. You're going to find things through media sources like this here on my channel, segment called The Open Debate. My name's Elder. This is the channel, right? But what are you saying there, Liesel? He's pretty gross. No boundaries for personal space. That's exactly right. And Lee says Tulsi is done, but you're right. Nope, Tulsi, I think Oprah is their best bet. Oprah's I don't think Oprah would be able to hold her own. Yeah, the thing is, Oprah would have the public support against Donald Trump. She could say pretty much anything, and then the public would just clap their hearts out, and the whole room would just clap, right? But she wouldn't have actual support. Like, these are just still mindless Democrats, and I just disagree that she would have the actual votes, right? And so Tulsi, I think she can outline her points very well, and I think that if she was given the chance to really address the public in a wide audience, like give her full little spiel, I think that she could she could really do well. But it really hasn't gone that way. I'm not 100% up on the American elections how they're happening right now. I guess things kind of ramp up as once the Democratic candidate's picked. I think things will probably ramp up as Donald Trump starts debating individuals, or whoever the individual is. But until then, I mean, we're watching a shit show of 30 plus people, and we're getting kind of sidetracked because, yeah, whatever. The point is that Joe Biden, he's a creep. He's a big creep. And he's clearly not. I don't know. This had nothing to do really with running for president. I just wanted to point this out because this was a conspiracy theory that I had going with my thoughts since before I even started this YouTube channel. And so for this to be coming up in such a broad manner, and for there to be so many mainstream outlets that just talk about this sort of thing now, and for him to be running for president and it all be coming out, I find it interesting. Well, what do you say there, dear Wonderbar? You're not allowed to disagree with you. I'm your sponsor. I know, right? You gotta pander. You gotta pander to the people who are here watching. But I mean, we all gotta have our own opinions. That's the point of the channel. If you weren't here for a tough conversation, I don't think that you'd be here, right? I believe in you. You say there, Liesl, Tulsi has a good crossover appeal, but still not a Democrat. No, I don't think that she's really a true Democrat, but especially in today's society. But she's a strong woman, is the thing, right? She can speak her mind, and she has her own opinions, which is something that's good to see in the political atmosphere. Because even though there are lots of women in the political sphere, not many of the strong women are thrust forward into the limelight. Like AOC, not a strong woman. I don't even know what their names are. That girl that's a Pocahontas girl, the fake native girl, she's not a strong woman. If you can't actually outline your points and back yourself up without with real facts, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. It'd be hard to be a Democrat and be an honest individual if you aren't looking at your positions and your points within reason. I just really don't know where you're coming from. So I'd like to have some more conversations with hard leftists, far leftists. Elizabeth Warren, thank you very much. Yeah, that's her name. But I don't know. How do you guys feel? Do you guys think that Joe's been weird, creepy? And do you think that he inappropriately gets in people's spaces, right? Do you think that it's just an older generation thing? It's not really a big deal. It's just kind of the way that he shows his appreciation for people and his love, especially for young children and women. As you can see, he just gives this guy a handshake, but we'll see what he does with the next one. I'll give it a little more chat. Oh, not too much. That's not too bad. Held on a little longer. The greater context. Do you think that Joe Biden's weird? I think he's not. Do you think that his run for the presidency will be something that is held tight, that is pushed forward, or do you think that Hillary Clinton's going to sweep underneath and come in and take everybody out, just kind of like she did with Bernie Sanders? And that's the way life goes. And then do you think that Trump would beat Hillary Clinton? Do you think that Trump will beat any of the candidates that are running for the Democratic Party presidential run? Or who do you think's going to win, right? Is it Trump 2020? You say Pocahontas? That's pretty good. Yeah. What do you guys think? Pretty much, I'm going to pass it off. I'm going to leave it there, passing off the question to you guys. We like to have a hard discussion, so make sure you drop a comment after the video is done. Make sure you drop your lines in there. Go over and check out the People Flavored podcast if you want to find out a little bit more about Christmas treats and just have a nice relaxed evening with a nice interview or podcast. I don't know. We're just having a discussion. It's just a good time. And yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this situation. With that being said, thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate you every single time. This has been fun, and I'll be back most likely tomorrow. We're here streaming all the time, but let me know how you feel. That being said, my name's Elder. This has been my channel where we get together, and you're always welcome. I think you know the rest. Be your own hero, kids.